In this video, I will give you my verdict along with what I consider to be the main pros and cons of the Oral-B Pro 1 680. Hey, it's John from electricteeth. We assist you in selecting the right dental care products and understanding common dental health care topics. I've used a lot of electric toothbrushes over the years, and in this video I share with you the key things you need to know about the Oral-B Pro 1 680 and whether it's the right toothbrush for you. So just before I give you my overall opinion, I want you to know that as or if not more important than the toothbrush itself is how long you're brushing for, your routine and your technique. Click the link in the top right corner or the video description to see our guide on taking care of your teeth. It includes all of the important things that you need to know. And if you want to learn about how to make your oral care routine more environmentally friendly and sustainable, there's a link in the description for that too. So then to my verdict. The Oral-B Pro 1 680 definitely gets the job done. It's a no-nonsense, simple to use electric toothbrush that cleans the teeth really well. The battery life isn't as good as claimed. Irrespective, it's a very good value option when you consider you get a travel case included in the box. But you don't have to spend too much more to get the Oral-B Pro 2 2500, which I consider to be a better all-round buy. If you want more detail on the Oral-B Pro 1 680, be sure to check out the full written review that accompanies this video. Click the link in the description or the top right corner. So then to the pros. And the first is this lovely slim and grippy handle. The handle is a little bit deeper than it is wider, but running down the front here, you have this large rubber silicone style grip. As you can see, it's pink in colour in this particular model, but it offers real good grip to the fingertips, and on the back of the brush handle are a series of raised plastic ridges that help the fingertips grip on, particularly when wet. So it's a nice slim handle and it's fairly lightweight as well. So another pro is the fact that the 680 has just one cleaning mode. That's the only mode that the vast majority of us need or want. A simple press of the power button will turn the brush on and it will launch into that daily clean mode that lasts for 2 minutes, and it provides a great clean via the small oscillating, rotating and pulsating brush head that comes included with the Oral-B 680. It also has a built-in timer and pacer, so this encourages you to brush for the recommended 2 minutes. If you can brush for 2 minutes, you should get a really good clean of the teeth, and during that 2-minute cycle you want to try and brush the mouth equally, and that's where the pacer comes in. You want to spend 30 seconds cleaning each quadrant of the mouth, so that's the upper right, lower left. Spend 30 seconds on each, and by the end of the 2 minutes you would have evenly cleaned the teeth surfaces and you'll have a good overall clean from the 680. Another benefit of the 680 is the fact that there is a built-in pressure sensor. What this does is when the brush detects that you're applying too much force when brushing, the movements in the brush head will actually slow down, the pulsations will stop, and you'll hear the sound of the brush head change. You don't actually get any visual alerts like you do on some other toothbrushes, but that pressure sensor is there to limit any damage being done if you are brushing with too much force. More force when brushing does not equal a better clean. Another pro is the fact that it does come included with a travel case. You can see this here. The exact design and colours will vary depending on which variant of the Pro 1 680 you actually pick up. It's a fairly basic travel case, but it'll hold the brush handle and up to 2 brush heads hinged on the left side. Perfectly functional. It's got venting in there to allow the brush head to dry and allow the air to flow through nice and freely. And then the last pro with the 680 is around the price. It's a really good value electric toothbrush, and I really couldn't fault anyone for picking this one up. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It has the key things that you actually need, and you can pay a very good affordable price for this. It's certainly not an expensive toothbrush and will be a great electric toothbrush to get you started. So then to the cons, and my first and perhaps biggest issue with the Pro 1 680 is not the 680 itself. I just believe for not much extra money you can get slightly better toothbrushes that will provide a better all-round experience and better value for money in the long run. And a brush in particular is the Oral-B Pro 2 2500. For just a few pounds extra, you're going to get at least double the battery life, you're going to get a slightly more powerful brush motor, and you're going to get a visible pressure sensor on the back of the brush handle. And that leads me to another con of this brush. The box states that it has a pressure sensor in it, which it does, but it does not have the visible pressure sensor, which is often found on the back of the brush handle and would light up red. You don't get that with the Pro One 680. And although the sensor is built in and will slow the brush head down if you're applying too much force when brushing, it can be quite hard to detect that change in sound and brushing sensation. And if you're a new electric toothbrush user, that lack of visible pressure sensor can be quite a big issue, because it's much more difficult to detect the small changes in the brushing sensation and the change in sound of the brush head. And I do think the lack of a visible pressure sensor, so often found on Oral-B toothbrushes, is a negative in the instance of the Pro 680. So the last con is the battery life with the Pro One 680. It has a claimed life of up to 10 days. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to achieve that in my hands-on testing. Now, battery life can be affected by the different cleaning modes used or the amount of brushing time, but this has only one mode, and if you're sticking to the 2 minutes, you're supposed to be able to get 10 days. I simply couldn't achieve that. I achieved a maximum of 9 days, but in truth, by day 8, the power was going low and I had the battery icon flashing and I needed to recharge this. And this is in part why I'm recommending the Pro 22500 as a possible alternative, because it has a better battery with basically double the battery life. It's certainly good enough to get you through a week, but if you need it to last longer, then this isn't going to be the brush for you. So that's my overall opinion and pros and cons of the Oral-B Pro One 680. I do thank you for watching. I hope it has allowed you to understand whether the 680 is the brush for you. Click here to subscribe and click here for more tips on how to improve your oral health.